I'm going to talk to you just for a few minutes about my graphic novel, The Harlem Hellfighters. What's it about? Why is it a graphic novel? And why I put so much of my life, 16 years, into getting it done. Now, I don't know who here knows the story of the Harlem Hellfighters. I'm not going to presume who does know and who doesn't know, because I have always assumed that nobody knew, because my whole life that's what I've been hearing. I first heard about them when I was 11 years old. There was a young man working for my parents, putting himself through college. He was what's called an Anglo-Rhodesian, Englishman who grew up in Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. And he said to me as he was studying Marcus Garvey at UCLA, he said, you know, this is how he talked like Stewie Griffin. He said, you know, during the First World War, there was units of African-American soldiers who they were sabotaged by their own government. They were not allowed to fight, so they fought with the French instead, and came back as one of the most, if not the most decorated unit in the entire United States Army. Well, to me that was amazing, and I thought, well, everyone should know that, right? And I thought, at 11, clearly that's going to come out. Flash forward to high school. Remember the movie Glory? Great movie, 54th Massachusetts. I thought, okay, great. Harlem Hellfighters is next. Nope. Flash forward another decade to the 90s. I don't know if you guys remember when the first Tuskegee Airmen movie came out, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Cuba Gooding. Great movie. I would say as accurate, if not more accurate than Red Tails. They did that. Danny Glover did the Buffalo Soldiers. I thought, all right, here we go. Nothing. Now, I had just gotten out of film school, which if you don't know what film school is, what you do is you take all the money your parents have earned, and you put it in a pile, and you set it on fire. And then they give you a piece of paper that says you've got an MA from film production. So I thought, all right, I'm going to write a movie script. And it was the 1990s, so I went around and I pitched my movie script, and I wrote it, and I researched, and nobody wanted it because this was the 1990s. And the biggest movie at the time was American Pie. And they thought, well, that's great, you know, black heroes from World War I, but could they do something dirty to an apple pie? I was like, no, this is important, this is history. So nobody wanted it. And when you're young, you want to blame yourself, obviously. You think, well, this is my fault, I'm not doing a good job, that's why they don't want it. And I had one last meeting before I was going to give up, and that meeting was with LeVar Burton. And LeVar Burton read it, and he said, listen, there's a bunch of Hellfighter scripts out there. Yours comes closest to the truth. And let me tell you something. When you are dyslexic, and you've struggled in school your whole life, and Commander Geordie LaForge tells you you've done your homework, you stick with it. So I stuck with it. And then later, flash forward another 10 years, I got into writing comic books, and I thought this is perfect. This is the medium which I can tell it. Because that way I can tell this great visual story, and I don't have to worry about the economics of Hollywood. Because let's be honest, Hollywood is not racist. It is not. But it is extremely greedy. They will make whatever they think can make money. And in the 90s, they couldn't make money. Now, once the Harlem Hellfighters book had come out, or was about to come out, things had changed. Lee Daniels' The Butler had come out, 12 Years a Slave had come